Hi, everyone. Welcome to class. My name is Nora Villarreal, and I'm your English professor this semester. I'm going to try to keep this video under 5 minutes just to introduce you to our Blackboard and to explain my attendance policy. So when you log into Blackboard, you should see a screen that looks something like this. And your first stop is typically going to be the announcements area. I have not posted an announcement yet, but I'm going to do so shortly. So you will see some information there probably when you log in. The next area is called important documents, and that's where you can find links to things like the syllabus and course calendar, a link to our class meeting Zoom, which you'll hear more about in a moment, information about office hours, and links to our textbooks and some more information. So do take a few minutes to check out the important documents area. Another place that you'll be clicking into quite a bit this semester is the learning modules area. This is where you're going to come to basically find your homework and turn it in. So this is where you'll find readings, assignments, the submission spaces for assignments and everything like that, which you will need for the course. So you can see here the first unit is titled Orientation. It lasts January 9th through the 15th. And once you click into that unit, you'll find a unit overview document at the top that provides information about the readings and assignments for the particular unit. And then you'll see all the other links you need for that unit. So you can see here some materials for classes, some upcoming assignments, et cetera, et cetera. So take a moment to check that out. Now, if you look back over at the menu here, you'll see there are several other menu areas that you can have access to during the course. But certainly before Thursday, take a couple minutes to check out what is posted where and get familiar so that, like, for example, next week, if you're wondering where to find the syllabus, you'll remember, oh, it's posted to the important documents area. So speaking of the syllabus, I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And before our next class meeting on Thursday, I want to encourage you to read this syllabus in its entirety. So do make sure that you read the whole thing for all of your classes, right? Not just for my class. You should always read the whole syllabus, which should give you a pretty good encapsulation of what your course is all about. So I'm not going to make you sit through a video where I read this out loud to you. That sounds like torture to me. But I did want to touch base with you about the attendance policy right away, so that even for our next class meeting on Thursday, you do have that information. So I'm going to jump down to the attendance heading on page 3 here. And if you have any questions about this, please do feel free to send me an email. So remember, all of your professors have different attendance policies, and some of your other teachers may tie their attendance really closely to a grade. So for example, I remember I had a professor who knocked 5 points off your final grade for every 2 classes you missed, okay? My attendance policy does not work that way. So I do track attendance, and at the end of the semester, it could affect your final course grade. So for example, if I have a student who's on the cusp between a C and a B, and that student had great attendance all semester, that student is likely going to earn a B, okay? However, physical attendance is not required in the classroom for my course. So when I talk about attending class, you actually have 2 options for English this semester, because of course I will be teaching in the classroom on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you're welcome to attend in person, but I will also be streaming all the classes live on Zoom. So if you prefer to attend on Zoom, you have that option as well. So again, I'm going to say this again just to help clarify it for everybody. You are welcome to attend class on campus during our meeting time in room E214. I'd be very happy to see you there, okay? However, you also have the option, if you prefer, during our class meeting time to attend on Zoom instead, because I will be live streaming from the classroom. Notice too that students can choose whichever mode of attendance they prefer for each class. So for example, you might show up in person to one class and attend on Zoom the next class. That's completely fine. So you do not have to stick with one mode for the entire semester. You can choose one or the other, or you might switch back and forth as needed. So I've done this for a few semesters now, and it's worked really well. Some students attend usually in person, some students attend usually on Zoom, and some students kind of switch back and forth according to their needs and maybe what's going on in their life. Okay. Now, do note though, students who attend usually do much better. This is borne out in studies and definitely in my 16 years of teaching experience. So you will do better in class when you attend, whether it is in person or on Zoom. That's going to help you get the highest grade possible. Okay. I also wanted to emphasize that if you attend on Zoom, you should still expect to participate in course. So when I'm talking about Zoom attendance, that doesn't mean, okay, I log in and then I just lurk and I never say anything and I never turn on my camera and I never participate in the chat. And maybe I'm not even really listening. I just kind of logged in and the teacher thinks I'm there. That's not going to work. You should definitely expect to participate. So I actually have a master online teaching certificate from the University of Illinois, and I try to very carefully design all of my lessons so that no matter which mode you're attending in, you're still going to be able to have meaningful interaction. You'll still be able to, participate fully in the class, no matter which mode you choose to attend in. So please do keep in mind, let's be responsible citizens in the classroom this semester. And if you are feeling sick, that means you should not come to class, okay? This is a major reason that I am offering the live stream on Zoom option, because I understand that students often feel pressure that they have to attend, right? If you want good grades, you need to attend. Some professors even tie that to a grade. So for my class, when you have one of those days where it's like a difficult choice, whether you should come or not, you have the Zoom option. This can also be a really great option for any students who have children. So for any, parents in class, I feel your pain if your students are coming home sick from school a lot and things like that. So hopefully the Zoom option gives you a chance to stay in touch with class. Finally, do keep in mind, though, that although my attendance policy is not necessarily tied specifically to points, students who are inactive run that risk of withdrawal or failure. So in other words, you don't want to ghost the class. I need to see that you're participating. I need to see that you're handing in work. So if a student disappears from class, like if I don't see you or hear from you for a few weeks in a row, it's very likely that you will be dropped from or fail the course. Now, I do typically try to get in touch with students before I do that, just to check in. But if a student kind of just straight up disappears from class, they're very likely to get dropped from or fail the course. So keep in mind, I'm here to support your path to success. That's what I'm all about here at the college. So if you're experiencing any difficulties attending the class, just let me know and I'll be happy to try to work with you as much as I can. All right. So again, please make sure that you read the syllabus in its entirety and also complete the rest of the tasks that were assigned in the makeup work. Thank you for listening so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you in class on Thursday. Bye-bye.